Billie Jean, you look
famous.
St. Joan.
Turn the camera on. I'm Billie Jean Davy.
You are now listening to the iWalter Show. Real talk about nothing.
Now let's have a look at that tape delivered here earlier today.
I'm Billie Jean Davy, and I want to set the record straight.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I'm not a liar, I'm not a thief, and neither is my brother. Hello, Mom. Sorry, that is him. Mom, I don't know when we'll be coming home, but we love you. I know people are making up stories about us. Don't you believe them? As for you, Mr. Pyatt, you are so sleazy. Yeah! You think you can do anything you want and then lie about it, and we just have to take it, because what are we? Just a bunch of kids. Well, not this time. From now on, we're doing this our way. No lying, no cheating, fair is fair. All right. $608 for the scooter your son trashed. That's what you owe, and we're not turning ourselves in till we get it. Fair is fair. We didn't start this, we didn't mean it to happen, but we're not giving up till you pay. Fair is fair. Yeah!
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird brain, it's a plane, it's iWalter. Yes, it's iWalter, strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. iWalter, who can change the course of mighty rivers, bend ears with his annoying voice, and who disguised as Walter Interranti, mild-mannered janitor for a great metropolitan newspaper, fights a never-ending battle for truth, nonsense, and the American way. And now, another exciting episode in the adventures of iWalter.
Good morning, everyone. This is Walter on iWalter. I'm actually getting an extremely late start. It's almost like 5:30. I got to go to bed soon. I got to actually get up early in the morning. Well, no, I don't. I'm just saying I shouldn't be going to bed. Anyway, welcome to me. It's Tuesday morning at almost 4:30 on this Tuesday, August 25th, 2015. I was thinking about that movie tonight. I really want to... I actually want to get that. I have it, I think. I forget if it never came or what. But that was that sound bites. I actually had to clip the movie. Got it from YouTube. I think I have the movie somewhere. I thought I bought it because one of my top favorite movies, and it's Legends of Billie Jean. And yeah, The Legend of Billie Jean. It was 1985. I remember seeing it on cable TV years ago, and I couldn't get enough of that movie. Every time it was on, I was there watching it. The girl who played Billie Jean, by the way, was actually the same woman who played Supergirl in that Supergirl movie. It was pretty bad, I guess, but I actually did still enjoy the movie. The reason I had to pick that, though, was just because what kind of night I guess I had, where people, again, are just... really being extremely, I don't know how else to put it. It seems like extremely rude. They'll just do anything to just aggravate me. So maybe they must have heard my podcast. I don't know, but I'm just assuming they did. Because why else would they wait until late at night and then they would bring all these skids up for me to bring in late at night? And I had a ton of work to do, and during the day they had nothing to do. And, rude awakening, folks, but I heard through the grapevine, my dad found out because he's retired from the place I work. Our union president said by next April, we're going to be on strike, and you're going to be in for a rude awakening because, this way of fucking with people and giving them a hard time like me, you know what? You're only screwing yourself out of a job, because I actually got the stuff done. You threw them in late at night and put it on dirty pallets because I got to go into a sterile area. They were like filthy black. That was kind of obvious, and they just piled them all up. I'm sure they were snickering somewhere about that. So, hey, you know what? Good luck. Act like a total asshole and see where you get to. But that's where I had to pull out that thing about Invincible, song by Pat Benatar. I actually want to buy that now. That is a great song. I forgot how much I really used to love Pat Benatar. I used to have the hots for her. I actually saw her and her husband in person, and they were extremely nice people. I mean, beyond the word nice would basically tell you how they were. They were, exceptionally nice, both of them. And, I grew up loving her and thinking of her in many different ways, not her husband. And seeing her in person really meant a lot. There was a girl that was 13 that really was obsessed with Pat Benatar. But you know what? I think I actually am sort of to a point too, because she was really just exceptionally, just a real inspirator. And that movie, by the way, The Legend of Billie Jean, was an inspirational movie to me too. I mean, it's just about people being pushed way too far. Like the main character, this girl who played, she basically played Supergirl. But in this movie, her and her brother get pushed way too far. And they finally had enough of people just, making them feel like they were nobodies, and like just basically they were treated like white trash. So she finally got to the point. It was like, I had enough. I'm gonna stand up for my rights. So that song was perfect from Pat Benatar, and that movie is just the all-time perfect movie to inspire anyone. That's why I got to pull it up again. I know I bought it at some point. So for those people at work who just continue to fuck with me, you know what? You're not going to win. I mean, you can do it until you actually kill me, but you're still not going to win because I'm going to have the upper hand. So I'm just letting you know now. And again, that's just, that movie reminded me, like, you don't give up. If people keep on pushing you in a corner, and I had dealt with that all my life of being bullied, and especially when I was in high school. That's why I did that the other day about being bullied. But you get to the point that you say, okay, well, you're not going to win. I'm standing up for myself, and that's where I'm at. Anyway, my friend Todd, I'm going to have to make this extremely short, maybe a 15-minute show. I always say it, and I don't, but I have to. It was on the New York Post, because he keeps on reading that stuff, because he used to read those when he was at work. The daily newspapers like in Philly and New York, my friend Todd. So he found this article. It was actually up yesterday, and it said, sex-obsessed teacher won't leave us alone, coworkers say. So the sex-obsessed teacher is this woman, and I'm not even kidding. It's kind of like I had to write a comment. He put it on my Facebook page, but I had to write a comment back and say, it's kind of funny because these are probably the same men who say, these guys, these kids, why are you making such a big deal out of these female teachers, basically making sexual advances at you? You should be happy they're doing that. But I kind of commented, well, they're probably the same ones now. They're getting the taste of their own medicine, and they don't like it. So, you know what the thing is, and I guess this article may have mentioned, maybe I'll read a little bit of it. It's not that long. I'll screw it up. It's just funny, though, when it happens to a male adult that he's getting sexually harassed by his coworker, things definitely do change. And they're trying to say, oh, this is just like an isolated incident, and it doesn't happen that often. You know what? You know why it doesn't happen that often? Because who's going to admit, as being a guy, that you're being harassed by a woman? Most people are too afraid to. I'm sorry. It's just our culture. Anyway, it says a sex-obsessed Long Island teacher, that's in New York, obviously, used her position as a department chairwoman to harass male underlings with crude come-ons, unwanted caresses, and ribald tales of her wanted past, according to complaints filed with the state Monday. This woman named Cecilia, 51, married mother of 2 from the Garden City, openly referred to the men working under her as filths. I never heard of it. Oh, okay. Fathers I like to fuck. And called one a hot fudge chocolate that students would want to eat. The teachers allege in documents obtained by the Post. It states that she told one male instructor that she liked to have sex more than her husband, invited him to come to her house for a shower, and smacked her rear end while bragging. Not bad for a mom, that the papers say. I'm sorry for not reading right, but it says it stated that I give the best head. She states, allegedly told another male teacher at the Valley Stream North High School and discussed her preferences in lingerie, noting that she and her sister were known for their great asses, but not their breast. The complaints say. The two teachers, Al, these are all Italian names. I should know how to say these. It looks like Danito, 38, Garden City, and John, well, this one's not Italian, John Brennan, 42, of Brooklyn Plain, to file formal complaints against the Valley Stream Central High School District with the State Division of Human Rights, saying that they have complained to the higher-ups and no anvil. No, actually, it looks like anvil, but it isn't. It's no avil. Basically, I guess, in my own words, I guess nothing's happened. Didino, who is married, said in his complaint that he's suffered such extreme stress and anxiety that he had started seeing a shrink. Brennan, who was also married, told the Post his breaking point came when this woman said, "You need a back massage," and began rubbing his shoulders while he was sick with a sinus infection. It also states in this article, I could feel myself shrinking. I guess it's this guy, who was sexually assaulted one of the 2 men. He said, I could feel myself shrinking, he said. Then I began to feel powerless. Then I began to understand how people feel who are dealing with sexual harassment. Exhibit A, the men's complaints, is a letter that they and 8 other instructors in their department sent to the school's principal in May, and nothing was done about it. Not all the members of the social studies department have experienced these actions. However, those who have directly experienced those actions have witnessed these actions, the letter says. So they may have not experienced it, but they have observed it. The men's lawyer, Leonard Leeds, called in an unusual case in that you don't normally get 10 people collaborating on the allegations. This woman basically declined to comment on this whole situation. But yeah, this was definitely, of anything, say the least, it was definitely something different to read. But is it like really that uncommon? I seriously doubt. I think it happens more often. It's just that all you hear about is these kids. You don't really hear about adults. But I think it does actually happen. I think it happens a lot more often. Anyway, on a lighter note, again, it could be like a very, 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 very short show. There's this thing that was also on the same newspaper. Or no, this was actually different. This was on IAF-TV, basically, .tv. But it's IAF.TV. And it's funny because there's this little budgie, this little parakeet, and it says, this bird's R2-D2 impression is spot on. The little bird belongs on the Millennium Falcon with the spot on R2-D2 impressions and color scheme. He might just be the droid you're looking for because he's like blue. I want to turn this on for a minute and see if it picks it up. In fact, I might even move my speaker to do so because I don't feel like, because he says the same thing to Bird. Here we go. That is the actual bird, by the way, but it does pick it up. Let me see. Because I gotta check my levels. Yeah, that's the bird, by the way. So I'm turning that off. Yeah, that was pretty funny. You can get that on my Facebook page, also on this AF or IAF TV. There's another one I'm gonna have to play. This was funny too. It's this cat, and it says cat is extremely vocal about her feelings on bath time, and it's scary actually. So I got to play this one too. I'm just doing something a little bit different, I think, but so I'm going to turn this one on too. Yeah, this cat basically tells the owner that she doesn't want a bath. So, yeah, this poor kitty is not happy about getting a bath. She is so unhappy. In fact, she actually learned to speak just to tell the humans to cut it out. So I'm turning on my speaker again. I'm going to see if it works again, because I'm not like going to tilt the speaker like I normally do. I'm just going to play it. So here we go.
No more. No more. No more.
Okay, the cat's actually saying no more.
We're almost done.
I'm sorry if you can't hear it, though, folks. Okay, you could probably make that out. I hope that turned out okay, because I'm just doing this really quickly. The cat is actually saying, yeah, no more. The cat... Sorry about that. The cat doesn't want any bath. I just paused my freaking thing. I hope that sounds okay. I'm going to have to go back and check where I just edited my own freaking thing. I stopped in the middle of a live thing. I'm going to see how that turns out. So anyway, that was pretty good. There's another one. Won't play this one. It's a cockatoo who goes epic rant. That's on IAF TV too. And it literally is just going ballistic, saying nonsense, this cockatoo. And he's like running around the house, or she is, whatever, on the floor. That was pretty funny. A lot of bird ones, or animal ones, I should say, tonight. I would say this is funny. It's not. This was the other day, and it says body of Julie Mott stolen from the casket at Texas funeral home. So I was kind of making a joke, which is not something you make fun of, but she's really not bad looking. It says the body of a 26-year-old Juliet Mott was stolen from her casket following her funeral service at San Antonio Funeral Home. Let me check, since I just did the most goofiest thing of pausing my own show. According to reports, Mott's body was taken from Mission Park's funeral chapel north following her August 15th service that ended around 1:30 p.m. So there's somebody out here who's probably like one of those necrophiliacs, and they're going to town on her body. She's not bad looking either. I don't think she is. So, again, I just started so late that I really don't have much to talk about at all. Oh, there was one a friend put on, and it was really gross. And it got me today because I got to tell that story now. It says it looks like a pimple, but but what they pull out is bigger, gets bigger and bigger, not for the faint at heart. And I was close to it. And it's on a web link called ilovehalloween.net. And basically what they do is, let me see what this says. You will think this happened in a foreign country, but this incident was right here in the U.S. The video shows it's a botfly. Basically, it laid its eggs under this guy's skin on his back, and it was like right around his spinal cord. So, but on his back, and they were pulling these things out. The video shows of it says botfly, some type of like insect, but it laid its eggs in this guy's back, and they were like, these things had, the larvae from these eggs actually had teeth. So it's really gross, actually. But again, it's on ilovehalloween.net. It says this video shows the botfly. Normally, they lay their eggs underneath the skin of warm-blooded animals like horses, so the larvae can hatch and grow. This video shows the larvae of a botfly that accidentally laid its eggs inside a human. There is nothing worse or more unnatural, and afterwards I felt nauseous. That's why I tell you a little advisory here, not for the faint at heart. So they show the video of, they pulled, I think, at least 4 of these damn things out of this guy's back. They're all around like where your spine is, but out of underneath his skin. That was on July 5th, actually, originally. So I don't know how my friend found it, or how I found it, actually. Or my friend sent it to me, I think. But it was really gross. And by the way, why I'm mentioning that, though, was because after watching that, I today I got up not too late, and I went over to get some money. My parents have been picking me up food all the time, and I had to pick up money paying for the food they buy me all the time because I try to keep on top of it. So then I go over to Wawa's, I get some food, and then I come back, and I try to get something at, there was a Dairy Queen right around our house. So I go to the Dairy Queen, I try to pick something up, and lo and behold, though, right as I get out of the car, this insect just flies right in my nose. So I'm like trying to get out this bug out of my nose. So it obviously, yes, I am picking my nose, but I'm trying to get this freaking bug, whatever it was, a gnat or whatever, that flew up my nose, out of my nose. So I'm like digging in my nose, trying to get this freaking thing out of it, the one nostril. And, unfortunately, this, this Dairy Queen is like right off the major highway. So these people are looking, it's like, this guy's like picking his nose. How gross. It's like, you don't understand. This thing is driving me crazy. I don't think I got it out. I think it just got stuck in either, not to be sick, but probably my mucus or basically your saliva or just break things down. The damn fly, I couldn't figure out whatever it was, how the freak to get it out. So I'm like going crazy, and I'm thinking about this thing with this gnat then too. So, that was kind of funny, but not really. But it wasn't funny for me. It was actually gross for everybody else around who saw me, apparently, which I was, picking my nose. But, oh my God, it was embarrassing to say the least. So, yeah, that was the highlight of my day, though. Yes. Well, besides work and, just trying to make it through the day. As I said, I spent so much time trying to figure out how to get this compilation together just so I can tell this story about the school teacher where things have changed. You hear about a woman who's basically harassing every guy at this particular high school. The teachers this time, not even the younger ones. Hey, by the way, I'm looking at this now, and it actually looks kind of good. If you're a big fan of American Horror Story, especially the first season when I put it on, there's that one young blonde-haired girl. She played the daughter of the original series, the first season of American Horror Story. It was some blonde-haired girl. I don't know if she was on any other season. I think she actually was. But that's the best way I can kind of think of her. She's in this new movie coming out, and it's called The Final Girls. And basically, it's like these kids, and she's one of them, end up in a horror movie that looks like basically a ripoff of Friday the 13th. So it's on iHorror. It kind of looks mildly entertaining. It's going to be out for Halloween, basically. And it says the Final Girls trailer traps you into an 80s slasher film. So they basically get sucked into the celluloid of the film. They basically become part of the movie, and they have to find their way out again. It says the Final Girls was another favorite from this year's SXSW. It is the campiest camp movie you will ever see. This year, and it's genius for going that route. So basically, it's probably was out, but it's going to be, I thought it was going to be out for Halloween. It does a lot of really cool and exciting things that you haven't seen in a movie, see a movie do in quite the same way before. It mixes a lot of comedy and far-fetched situations and then drops them in some real sensuality right alongside of it. It says Max Cartwright, Tisha, I can't say that name, is mourning the loss of her mom. I think that's the main girl. I'm going to have to look up her name and see if that is. It's like Tisha Farmagata or something. I think she's the one I'm thinking of that was actually an American Horror Story. Yeah. She's actually, how old is she now? She's 5'4". She's 21. She's all right looking. She's got the long blonde hair. She was in like the very first season. I think she was actually in the one with the witches too. But there was two blondes in that season because the one was actually Eric Roberts' daughter. That is not her. And she played the girlfriend of Evan Peters in the very first season. Actually, I wonder if she's related because her last name's the same as that Vera who plays Norma. So I don't know if that's her daughter. I didn't even know she had a daughter. She says she was born, but she's in this new movie. Oh my God, this is funny because this is like she was born August 17th, 1994 at White House Station, New Jersey. Well, where I work, the main the main satellite for where I work is actually at White House Station. So that's really funny. Actually, she's not the daughter of. She's actually siblings is Vera. I can't say that last name. You've seen her. I think she's really hot. That's her sister, according to this. I thought it says siblings. Wow, I didn't know that. So Vera, the woman who plays in Bates Motel, the mom, her sister played in the couple seasons of American Horror Story. I did not know that, and she's really hot. I think the mom who plays Norma, but yeah, her sister is Tasha, who played in American Horror Story. How strange is that? You know what? You learn something new every day. I know this is just like not really interesting, probably to my friend Matt, but so I apologize. But it looks like a kind of cool movie. It looks really bad because it's supposed to be really campy deliberately. But The Final Girls is set to, it says, for a release this October. Trust me, guys, this is one that you don't want to miss. That's what they're saying in this article. So... but yeah, they're kind of making fun of these horror movies, but by transporting these people into the horror movie, they got to figure out how to survive without getting killed. So it's a comedy horror, but these people actually get transported into the horror film they are actually watching. So anyway, another one that was really good on iHorror was Rob Zombie's 31. I know I've mentioned this before, coming early in 2016. That'd be cool if it came out for my birthday, though. That'd be really cool. I don't know if it is. I'm just saying. And his wife's playing her. I love his wife, Rob Zombie. I think Rob Zombie's wife is really hot. But you know what? Most people think I'm just nuts, so I don't care. Yeah, filming recently wrapped up on Rob Zombie's crowd-funded horror film 31, which takes place on Halloween and looks more in the line with the first two movies than his more recent one. So that'd be pretty cool. But when we actually are able to see it, it's very near future. Zombie says very near future. Yeah. It says in an interview Bloody's discussing at the Alternative Press Music Awards, the musician-filmmaker revealed that 31 is on its final stages of editing and should be completed ready for release by the time the calendar switches over to 2016. So my guess is, I guarantee, because my birthday is February 7th, it's probably going to be out around that time. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I actually did like, though, not many, well, you either like or you don't, but I thought it was really good was his movie of, so I'm kind of looking forward to this, was the movie, they kind of remind, I got to look at Rob Zombie's films because I'm drawing a blank right now. So I apologize. That's just what happens when you're really tired. Sherry Moon is his wife, spouse since 2002. Wow, that's very impressive. Born 1965, so he's like 2 years older than me. I just wanted to look at his movie list because I forgot the name. Yeah, he's just pushing 31. Lords of Salem. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I did find it. Lords of Salem. I really liked Lords of Salem. I think that was like the movie of all movies. They said they're not going to make the sequel now, so I wouldn't have minded it, honestly. I really would not have minded seeing that. Hey, by the way, this was kind of interesting, too. Yeah, it's getting there. Howard Stern predicts that Trump will win GOP and nod, people dig him. So he said that actually on, see, I haven't listened to him lately because I haven't. I think it ran out now, my free time. It was actually on thehill.com, of all things. So that's something like actually Rush would read from, too. It says, Howard Stern is predicting that Donald Trump will be the 2016 GOP presidential nominee. Apparently he's just saying, Howard Stern is, that people are just sick of the whole thing with these politicians, and they want to see somebody different. The only thing is that Howard did say, being the president of the United States is not going to be the same thing as being president of a company, because you're going to have to work through, like, you know, these people in Congress and stuff, something like that. I'm going to see if it says it here. I'll tell you why I think he's going to be the nominee. He's proven that no matter what he says, people dig him. The Sirius XM radio host told listeners on Monday. Now, this is kind of funny because this is a cross bridge between two people I like to listen to who really don't like each other. At least one doesn't like the other one. And I'm talking Stern and Rush Limbaugh. But these people actually have a common ground now. Voters, Stern continued, are on the mindset that they hate illegal immigrants, but they just feel funny about saying this. Whether it's rational or not, I'm kind of paraphrasing, or not, is the illegal immigrant draining your economy? Possibly. Is he's taken away your job? Possibly. Okay, so he's basically saying, is it draining your economy? Possibly. Is it taking away your job? Possibly. So he's basically saying, I think, quote unquote, I think more or less people are super tired of politicians, meaning that they will like the idea of a successful businessman running the country who might actually be able to get things done. Veteran broadcaster said. So, but he actually just says, okay, here it is. This is quote. But the problem with this is that Donald Trump will find this being the president isn't like being the president of a corporation. Stern 61 told co-host Robin Quivers, you will still go through the Congress for everything you want to do. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be, that's going to be the tough part. You got to be able, be one who can consolidate on both sides. Yeah, consolidate on both sides of the aisle, some sort of coalition, and it's very difficult. So it says Stern said that the real estate monologue's supporters are comparing the 69-year-old White House contender to former President Reagan. So he's actually around the same age as Reagan was, almost. A little younger, but not by that much, because Reagan came out of retirement. I didn't know. Is that true? Trump's actually 69? I got to look that one up. Anyway, that was on thehill.com. Okay, yeah, it says Donald Trump was born June 14th, 1946. So, yeah, Queens, New York. He is actually 69. I'll give him that much credit. He does not look like he's 69. I did not know that. Wow, he's around a little younger than my parents, but not by that much. Well, actually, okay, maybe almost like 8 years. So that's pretty interesting. Hey, you know what? I know people are gonna shoot me for this. Maybe my friend Matt, but I really would probably almost, if he sticks with it, Trump, which he might at this point. It'd be pretty interesting to see somebody who actually. I've said that in the past. I'd like to see somebody who actually, runs a business, run our country, because our country already is run like a business. So, or is basically owned by corporations. It would be nice to see some, new blood, so to speak, on a different perspective than the one we've been seeing in the past of, who can win, the Republicans or the Democrats. So, I mean, if he's running as a Republican, that's fine. But, yeah, I just hope he sticks with it. I really do. Anyway, I'll leave it go at this probably, and I'll make my plug for the end of the night for my friend Matt. This was pretty cool. This is on MeTVNetwork.com, and it says, it's about the Twilight Zone. Which Twilight Zone is your personal nightmare? It says, consider if you will, a quiz, a measure of your deepest fears. All of us are frightened of something that keeps us up at night. The genius of the Twilight Zone is that the show managed to find the inner fear of all of us. And it gives you a list of phobias. And you know what? I'm not going to even pretend I know what these phobias, how to pronounce them, because most of them are really hard. The only one I can, actually I can't pronounce that one either. But yeah, this is pretty cool. How's anyone going to take this quiz? Because it looks like it's about phobias. It was the first one. It says, which obscure phobia sounds the worst by its name alone? And I'm not going to even try to pronounce them. The second one is, what scared you the most as a child? Reading horror stories, the shadow of my toys in the dark, I would say that one. Strange movements outside the window, I would say that one. A neighbor, possibly. A little wild creature approaching me. Yeah, that would definitely be one too. Number 3, and this is on the quiz for Twilight Zone, on like phobias and things that frightened you. The next one is number 3, and it says, what superpower do you wish you had? Flying, immortality, super heightened senses, going into a giant, or mind reading? Immortality. Flying would be one if I could pick 2. Don't ask me why, because I'm a big Superman fan. What is the worst part of air travel? Crying babies. All those people in a confined space, yes, that's definitely one. The fear of crashing, yes, that is one. I look a mess after a long flight. Who cares? I love flying, actually. Well, that's definitely not me. Number 5 is whose writings creep you the most? Stephen King, Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft, Oscar Wilde's The Portrait of Dorian Gray, or Karl Marx? Karl Marx, yes, that's definitely the scariest thing. What stresses you out the most in the morning? Trying to get ready and presentable, not being prepared for school or work. Well, the first one and the second one, possibly. The thought right after I leave the house that I left the door unlocked. That's definitely me. Cleaning up after the kids. I don't have kids in traffic. Well, all of them besides the kids, I would have to hit all of them. What color is most unsettling? Pink, black, gray, white, or pale green? I can't answer that one. Probably black. How do you unwind? Spa, reading, travel, meditating, alone time. Well, if you really want me to answer how do I unwind, I would have to say masturbation. Hey, it's a test, and it's not on there. Again, this is called Which Twilight Zone is Your Personal Nightmare, and it's a test on MeTV. And there was a girl at work tonight. She usually is pretty nasty looking. She had a really nice pair of spandex on. I know, that's my big fetish. And normally her ass looks really nasty, but she did something. It looked really nice. I can't get it out of my head tonight. Which Twilight Zone plot device is your favorite? Twist endings, monsters, a moody monologue. I can't pronounce that word, Shatner or aliens. I'd have to say Shatner. Shatner has some really good shows on these old TV shows. It's going on 5. What is the scariest movie you've ever seen? Child's Play? No. Dawn of the Dead? Possibly. The Shining? No. Sixth Sense? No. Twilight Zone, the movie? Not really. So Dawn of the Dead would be the one I'd pick. So, that being said, I got to give my plug for tonight. Let me find Matt's music teacher guy.com again. I'm trying to keep up with this. I've never done a show. Oh, wait. Oh, musicguy.com. I don't have to tell Matt about it. There's a guy actually who has a website called musicguy.com. So, I don't know, Matt, my friend Matt. Matt, when you listen to this, there's a website called musicguy.com. Just to let you know. That can be confusing because I typed it wrong and look what came up. I'm not doing too good because I'm so tired. Alrighty, if you put in again musicteacherguy.com, this is my plug. His address is in Norristown. His phone number for my friend Matt is 610-804-6968. And Matt actually gives some reasonable, reasonable prices on his music lessons. In fact, it said today he was open from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. And he actually has other things to do, but he makes sure that he can fit everybody in that is interested in taking classes with him, or lessons, I mean. Some of the reviews that people wrote about Matt, one actually wrote, "Contact Matt soon to start learning music theory, guitar, bass, or drums." Another person wrote, "Matt is a great music teacher." And somebody else wrote, "My son is 14 and musically inclined, plays piano and drums." But there's a whole bunch of reviews that people actually really like Matt. I'm not going to read them all. But yeah, I mean, again, if you want to take some music lessons, 610-804-6968. I think Matt would appreciate that. I actually wrote, "I've known Matt for over 20 years, and I found him to be very conscientious. I can write it, I can't say it, though, about teaching music." Metal Nerd actually wrote, "I'm 46 years old and then started taking piano lessons for the first time in my life about 3 months ago. Matt has made me made it more interesting and challenging as I undertake this journey to understanding how to read and play music. The best part is I don't know how to show up at a strange place wait in a waiting room with strangers and play someone else's equipment. He comes to your home," he's basically talking about Matt, "he comes to your home where you can play comfortably in your own setting with your instruments. He shows an active interest in your music taste and uses music you're familiar with in examples of what he's teaching." So Matt actually incorporates what you're interested in to his lessons. Now, isn't that pretty cool, I think? I just wish I was as good of a student as he's a teacher. So this person is actually saying, there's a whole bunch. I'm not going to read them all because I already just screwed that up majorly. But this guy actually said he feels really comfortable because Matt does come to your house and he does kind of like, her work at your pace and her work, her teach you music on stuff that you want to hear. He's not going to like play, he's not going to give you some music like, I remember being in high school and college, and if you had to learn something musically, you had to learn what they gave you. So Matt does not do that. He's going to teach you how to play music, but he's going to teach you on something you're actually interested in. So, for instance, okay, I'm a big Miley Cyrus fan, or used to be. You think he's going to play the Grateful Dead for me? Like, teach me Grateful Dead to play an instrument, or is he going to teach me The Climb by Miley Cyrus? Is he going to use that piece to teach me how to play an instrument? I think he'll use The Climb. He's not going to use something else that he's not going to pull out. Well, I really like Symphotora or whatever that is, or Metallica. I'm just hypothetically thinking on the top of my head. Or I'm trying to think one of Matt's favorite bands. So this is the thing. He actually he works with what you like. I'm trying to think of one. I'm trying to think because I forgot the name. I make jokes about it. And they're actually coming, so it's not even that important. There's a song that King Diamond. Like if I say, "Hey Matt, I like Miley Cyrus's again, The Climb, and I like to learn how to play that piece." Do you think he's going to come and say, "Well, you know what? You're going to have to play this song from King Diamond because I don't want to play what you want to play"? No, he actually works with you. And by doing so, you're going to be more interested in learning how to play the instrument of your choice. So that being said, call Matt. You know what? His phone number is 610-804-6968. I hope I got that right because I just basically shut that down because I actually, I really got to go to bed. But yeah, just trying to throw that out there again. So, yeah, and I hope you enjoyed my show. I hope you enjoyed my little thing I did in the beginning. And, try to give Matt some business if you're interested in music, because I think he's a really cool dude. I'd like to see him get some more business. If I can help him out, I'm going to definitely do so. And he's on, you can find him on Google. You can find him on Yelp. And again, his phone number is 610-804-6968. And that's themusicteacherguy.com. Everyone, have a good morning, and I am signing off.